Yo. Once again, yeah, it be a long time. Yeah, you were certain a lot of issues, and by its grace, you have been able to solve all the issues. Yeah, I think a lot of people were pressuring us to do or explain more on classes and other things. Yeah, we don't know much. We don't know anything. And with the help of you, you all learn together. Okay. So today we are not spending much time. We are going to explain what classes are, how to use classes in Java, function and method as well. So without taking much time, we are just writing a simple program that will test whether the number the user input is a negative number or a positive number. So without taking much time, let's move straight away to create our new project. Project name, I'll leave it in that way. Java application 52. Okay, what is the here? So here is our project name. So you have to create a package name. I'll leave it new package 2, and then you have to create what, a class. So here is the main the reason why you are doing the tutorial classes. So you create one class. We are going to create two classes. So you create the first class and you give a name as our, let me use our main class. Remember, the classes start with capital letter. So our main class. Then let us create another class. When you want to create another class, don't go anywhere. You can point it on the package name. You point to another class. Then this class, let us create it as our function class. Okay, this way. Then hit enter. So on top of here, you can see you have one class, that is our main class. You have another class, that is our function class. Okay, this is just a comment, so let us delete this comment to make this thing empty. Okay, let me explain things before you move on. Okay, at first when you are coding, you use one class and all our code are fall in that class. Okay, but here is the case. Let's say for example you are developing a software for a banking like let's say VT Bank and other things. You can't just use one class, or because we are going to do a lot of things like the credit card, the new account for the user, and deposit, fixed deposit. You see, you get a lot of stuff, and due to that, you can't use one class. You have to use a lot of classes. You see, in order to make your work simple and for example, when you are developing an app, you can't use one. You can't use one classes for an app. You have to get a class for each app functionality. Okay, because let's say the app supposed to click, you have to get a class for that. That function, they are supposed to send something, you have to get a class for that class too. Okay, that is why you create two classes here. So you see the name here, I use function class, or because I'm going to write my function code here, and I use the main class. That is the way I'll run my code. Okay, so without taking much time, let us start by writing our function. Okay, so first, as you know it, you have to import java dot return dot what now scanner api. Okay, so this is what you do. We write our function, our public static. You return the numbers, positive integers numbers. So return get what? Get guess, because I call it guess, so because we are guessing the numbers. So we are returning what? Integer. So int num1. We are returning num1. Okay, fine. Okay. So here is because it's a conditional statement. Okay, because it's a conditional statement, so we are going to use the if statement to write this our code. So let's say if what? If num1 is what? Is greater than or equal to what? 0. Okay, then you do let us open our braces. You can open the braces, you cannot open the braces, but for the safer side, let us open the braces. You do system dot out dot print dot number is positive. Okay, number is positive. Okay, then you have to test for this x if number 1 is less than or equal to 0. Yeah, we are taking them back. Is less than or equal to 0. Then you have to do what? Return that the number is what? Copy this and paste it here. Number is what? Number is what? Negative. You see? Number is negative. Okay, number is negative. So right now, after you finish that, you have to return what? You have to return the number. So number 1, you are returning number 1. Okay, so you are done with this part. You are done with the function. Okay, whatever the user is supposed to do, let me clean this one. It's not necessary. You don't need it here. Okay, so this is our function here. Let me go back from our function before I move to my main method. At first, you create 2 functions. One is function class, and you create another function. That's the main class here. So you can see it from here. Our main class does not have any code now, and our function class here contain a code. That is where you say you are going to write a code that what test whether the number is a negative number or a positive number. Okay, at first we are returning our class in an int function, that is int get what? Guess, because we are guessing the numbers. Okay, then we are our parentheses inside is what? Int num1. So if num1 is greater than or equal to 0, then return what? Number is positive. System dot out, if the number is what? Less than or equal to 0, then return what? Negative. So you have to return what? Num1. Okay, so right now let's move to our main method, where you are going to allow the user to do some small stuff. Okay, so you have to import, because you are allowing user input. So we import java dot util dot scanner. Okay, so here public, remember that you are dealing with two classes. One supposed to have a main method. Remember, with the Java programming, start from the top to run. So the main method will help the code to run. So without any main method, you can't execute any code. Okay, so in Java, at least a Java program is supposed to have one main method. And what's the purpose of the main method? The purpose of the main method is to help us to run our code. So you can see it from here, our 2 classes that we create here. For our function class, we didn't attach any main method here. You can see it from here. You didn't attach any method, any main method here, because we are just writing our code here. Then in our return in our return page, in our return page, you have to include our main method. So just type our public static void main. You have to return them. So return a string, whatever text is used, be the text or others. So you are returning our string. So with string what? Arrays. And what? You have to open up. Okay, so right now we have to enter our API. That is our scanner API. Scanner input is equal to new scanner. Open up for the help of the user to do input. input, so system dot what in. Okay, you have to close the parentheses. Okay, your scanner inputs go to new system. Hey, I got some here, 18. Okay, so right now we are going to prompt the user to do the input. So system dot out dot print. You are printing the user. Don't worry, I will summarize it before I end this tutorial. Okay, so you are printing the user, enter a number to guess whether the number is positive or negative. Okay, it's so simple as ABCD. So int num1 is equal to input dot next int, because we are returning them in an int method. Okay, fine. So right now, you see, you have finished. A lot of people were asking me a lot of how constructor and object of class works. So here is where you are going to use the constructor. Let me tell you one thing. You see, you are working on 2 pages here right now, and before one's supposed to work, you have to link the other one to. You have to link one to the other one, or you have to link them. Okay, so right now we are linking this function class, that is function class, we are linking it to our main class by using an object, that's constructor. Okay, fine. So this is what you do. You have to call, because we are linking, so you have to call our constructor. So what is our constructor? Our constructor is what? Function, sorry, yeah, let me check my spelling. So function class. So this is our constructor. What's in this is our class name. So function class. So right now you have to create an object of a class. So me, I used to use this. I love this Milo. I don't understand why I love Milo. So function class Milo. Milo there is an object of a class, function class. Okay, just simple as ABCD. So it's equal to new my constructor. What is my constructor now? My constructor is function class. Function class. Okay, and you terminate it. Okay, fine. So right now you have created an object of a class, at the same time a constructor. So right now our object is what? Is Milo. You see, so right now you are coming to do what? See out. You are into print. So right now you have linked this class to this class. So when you run this class, all the code here, it will link to this one and do whatever is here. Okay, so let us bring our system.out. I just copied it straight away from the other side, so sorry. Okay, so this is what you do. Our object name Milo dot. What was our class? Our function name. Our function name is here. What is what? Get guess. Let me copy. Paste it here. Then what is inside? What is inside is what? No. Simple like ABCD. Simple like ABCD. You see, it's so amazing. You see, at first, this is what you do. You create 2 classes. I'm taking it back. You create 2 classes. One is function class, and the other one is main class. Okay, and in our function class, we just return the numbers by telling the user that if the number is greater than or equal to 0, the number is positive. If the number is less than or equal to 0, the number is negative. Then you move straight away to our main class. That is me, I call it father of the house. Yeah, that's the father of the house. And you do it by prompting the user to enter a number. Then you link the user to a certain variable, that is num1. Then here you call our function name, our object, then our constructor. So you create an object of a class, that is Milo. Then you see our system.out.print in Milo dot. So right now the constructor, the object Milo will help us to link out our function name or our constructor name or our function name. Sorry, that's our function name. So Milo dot, this dot here is here to tell the program that go to the other class and go and fetch a name that called get guest, a function name that got get guest. Okay, it's simple like ABCD. So right now let us run our code and see whether what they did is good or bad. Boom. Let us run our code. Boom. Code is running from now. So wait a moment and let's see. Yeah. So you see, a lot of people are thinking whether this code will run. You don't know, but unless you run the code and see. Okay, so enter 3. You see, our code is running now. The number is what? Positive. Because 3 is positive. Let us run our code again. Let us input -1. The number is negative. So our code is what? Running. Okay. I'm summarizing everything what we did. What people like all my friends, the comment that they used to send me, the problem that they are having is how to create a class, how to synchronize the class. Okay, fine. So you create 2 classes. One is function class, one is what? Main class. And in our function class, we just do the condition here, but then the user that usually if you enter a number that is greater than 0, that number is positive. And when you enter a number that is less than 0, that number is what? Negative. Then it moves to our main class. Remember, I told you that when in Java programming, at least you're supposed to have a main class. And what's the purpose of that main class? That main class is helping us to run or execute our program. Okay, so we move to our main program by prompting the user, do a lot of stuff here by importing java.util.scanner. This here will help us to do an input. It's an API, that's a library. Okay, then you type our public static main. This is what I'm talking about. Without this one, you can't execute a program. That's a main program. It's a file of the house. Okay, and you import another API, another library that is scanner input is called a new scanner system.in, allowing the user to do a lot of stuff input. Okay, so you can see here this input is an object of a scanner here. Is the object of this API scanner. Okay, then you prompt the user enter a number to guess whether that number is what, a negative or positive. Then you do a lot of stuff by creating a variable that's int num1 is called to input.nextInt. Okay, then here, my friends, here is the problem. That here is what always we talk about, what you used to ask. Here is the problem. So we are doing, let me explain, taking my time to explain a lot of stuff here. Okay, here you can see, remember I told you that we are dealing with 2 classes and you have to link the classes, you have to link the function class to the main class in order to let us to run our code. Okay, so here we are linking this class to this class by using an object of a class or a constructor. Okay, so here you can see our function name here, function class. This is the name, and I create an object Milo. You see, you can choose to write any name. You can choose to write your girlfriend name. You can choose to write your boyfriend name. Yeah, it's a name. So give a name to your object. Okay, it's equal to new constructor. What is my constructor name now? It's a function class. Function class. You see, an object is being created from a class. That's why you say you have something called an object of a class. So Milo is an object of a class name called a function class. Okay, I can see you'll be confused, but don't be confused. Okay, this, what I'm talking about is, this is my function name and this is my object name. That's why I said an object of a class. So this object would help us to fetch any information here. Okay, so you can see it from the system.out.print print ln as Milo dot. This dot here, you see, is a accessing static method get. That means, so this dot here is helping us to fetch the information from our function. it's helping us to fetch information here. You see, so that's why you bring the dot here. So here, I think a lot of people will do system.out.print ln. They will write something here. No, you are not writing anything here. Whatever you write it here, you have done it here already. You see, you have done it here already. So what that you do is to call the function name. That's melo.getGuess. What are you guessing? You are guessing numbers, so it's number 1. So friends, let me leave it here. But remember, drop me a comment. Let me know. I don't know much, but with the help of Jesus Christ, you can do a lot. Thank you. See you next time.